Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's Currie Cup Round 9 review. A very frustrating round if you're a Lions fan, a fantastic round if you're a Pumas, Sharks, Cheetahs and Griquas fan. Again, it also frustrating round if you're a Western Province fan, but a lot of positives there for the Bulls. Almost worrying signs once again. And for the Griffins, well, they're getting there. They're getting there. They're making improvements. But before we look at some of the results over the weekend, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. This is what went down over the weekend. We first off saw the Griquas beating the Lions 25 points to 21 down in Kimberley. It was a stronger Lions side than we maybe saw what we would have seen a month ago. Because a couple of their URC players are back into the side, but it's not a complete URC side, for example, similar to what the Bulls did 2 weeks ago. But it was a side for me which should have been strong enough to beat the Griquas. But I suppose also that's a bit disrespectful to the Griquas, who, when playing at home, are always a stiff task to try and beat. So the good news for the Lions, they managed to get themselves a losing bonus point. But it was an important game because they're now sort of slipping a bit away from the top four. On Saturday, we then saw 3 matches. Pumas beating the Griffins 45 points to 25. I don't think that's the worst result for the Griffins. I think for them to be able to go and put 25 points on the reigning champions, they've definitely not been They've won a game, they beat the Bulls, but they've definitely not just been a walkover opponent. They have scored they have had some big defeats, and that's kind of inevitable in your first season in this competition. But I don't think they've been dreadful, and I said it hasn't just been like a de facto 18-19-0 loss every single time. So it's cool to see they are scoring points. Western Province, you've been playing pretty well, going down to the Chiefs, 26 points to 21. I think Western Province will take solace out of the fact that despite them having a URC game the same weekend, they still managed to front a decent Cheetah side and come within 6 points of winning. So that's not a bad result. The Sharks under Joey MONGALO, well, they're getting better and better. Lots and lots of positives coming out for him. And considering the fact that people are sort of discussing whether he should be involved in the URC side, for example, or not. I think that his Currie Cup campaign so far is reflecting on a coach that is really aptly quite highly rated. For the Bulls, the struggles continue, don't they? So if you look at the log, this is what it means. So the Cheetahs sitting at top with a 2-point lead over the Pumas. So getting quite close to top there. For me, it's more sort of the 3rd through to 7th. That kind of race is where it's really interesting. The Sharks managing to find a bit of space now between them and the rest. They're 5 points ahead of Griquas, who are in 4th. Western Province, 2 points ahead of the Lions in 5th. And the Lions in 6th, who are 3 points ahead of the Bulls down in 7th. So the Greek was quite far behind, but like 8 points. They're averaging just under a point a game. So they have managed to find a couple of bonus points, and then they got their victory. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's all, I suppose, at this stage, the Sharks trying to find a bit of distance between them and the rest of the chasing pack. A lot of it's kind of competing for these last 2 positions in the playoffs. Pumas and the Cheetahs have put themselves in a position where, bar a bit of a nightmare, look, there are still plenty of games to go. As long as they keep picking up relatively often, they should be all right to make it. We look at this weekend. Griffins taking on the Western Province. Western Province, we're looking at an opportunity for them to try and get themselves back to that top 4. Pumas against Sharks should be a really interesting game. As I said, we now got 1st versus 3rd, so that should be quite a good game. On Saturday, it'll be Cheetahs versus the Lions, which should also be an interesting game. The Lions have to win this. They've got to go and win this. They're going to have to try and beat a very good Cheetahs side in Bloemfontein, but they did beat the Pumas 2 weeks ago, so they have got it in them. And then Griquas versus Bulls, it is an away game for the Bulls. And again, that Kimberley home advantage could be brutal, but also the Bulls having been knocked out of the URC, I reckon you'll see quite a few of those players within the Bulls side. Someone like Jan Goosen, for example, hasn't played a lot of URC this season, so I'm sure he should be fit to ready to go. You'll probably see the likes of a Ruan Vermaak. You might see a Carl Brink playing there. You might see you could see like David Creel, I think, playing there. Some of the players who haven't played too much in the URC, I think, might sort of dropping down, or maybe quite a few of them might start dropping down to that Bulls Currie Cup side. So it should make some interesting watching. Obviously, this is going to be in and around those URC semi-finals. The Stormers up against Connacht on Saturday, 3:30, I think it is, before Leinster taking on Munster at 6:30 on Saturday evening. Let me know what you thought about the round down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I'll chat to you soon.